We're about to share the number one tool you need in your book marketing toolbox. I'm Rich.
I'm Victoria, and
There are a number of categories in your book marketing toolbox, such as social media, content marketing, influencer marketing, paid promotions and advertising, and community and network marketing. But this number one thing you must have in your toolbox, especially in 2025.
I know what it is.
What is it?
An author website. If you don't have an author website, you are seriously missing out on many marketing opportunities and many other opportunities too. We're going to break it all down for you, why you need one, the pros and the cons, what it'll do for you, what it won't do for you. And hopefully at the end of this video, you will be more informed and will know if you need to go get an author website.
Your author website should be your central hub for all of your marketing efforts.
You're going to send everybody there. Of course, you can use your Amazon URL, make it into a QR code, and post it everywhere. That is effective. But what's more effective is sending potential readers to a website where they can learn so much more about your book than what they're going to find on Amazon or any other platform sales page.
So one of the number one factors of an author website is it improves your credibility as an author. It makes you look more professional.
Definitely does. Nowadays, there's a lot of books on Amazon, either low content, that could be good books, but they're still low content, or even the AI generated content. And readers are becoming a little wary of new authors. So if you have an author website, they're going to see you as a credible author and that you've got a good book and they're going to be more likely to buy. That's just one of the many reasons. As I alluded to earlier, there's a lot more information that you can put on your author website you could get on any sales page.
So what are the elements that make up a good author website?
Well, first and foremost, you need a picture of the book, and that's pretty obvious. But yes, you have the book, you have the description. Typically, it's the back blurb or can be an even longer description. And then you have information such as author bio. You can put events on there. You can put anything you want that relates to your book. And here is the most important thing that you can do with your author website you can't do with any sales page is you can offer a free chapter to read. And not only is the reader or potential reader going to get a free chapter to read, you're going to get their email address because that's what you're going to do to allow them to get a chapter to read. It's a huge way of building your email marketing list, which is another huge marketing tactic for your book. And it also allows the reader to kind of, kick the tires before they buy. And it's like, oh, I like this book, or, oh, this book isn't for me, which is okay because your book isn't going to be for everybody. And then they make a more informed buying decision. To me, that's the critical element of an author website.
That's right. There's no better way to build a high quality community than when a potential reader gives you their email address and signs up for your newsletter. They are someone that is interested and willing to be into your community. I wanted to pause today's video to remind everyone that the one constant in the world of self-publishing is that things are always changing. We worked with the most updated information we have at the time of every video release, but over time, trends, tools, and strategies can and often do change. That's why we encourage each of you to stay curious, do extra research, and ensure you're working with the latest and greatest information out there. If you have questions or need advice tailored to your specific book project, don't hesitate to reach out. We're here to help. And hey, if you're finding our content valuable, hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, ring that notification bell so you never miss an update. Your support inspires us to keep empowering indie authors just like you. Now let's get back to the video.
There are many other things you could do with an author website too. One of the things that I encourage all authors to do is to blog. Now, let's be clear, I get some pushback because it's like, wait a minute, I wrote a book, I'm writing all the time, I got a blog now? Yes, you should blog. It is a way for you to interact with community. It's a way for you to create more content. You wrote the book, you stopped writing with the book, so create more content. I know you're still writing, so just write on your blog. You can take that blog and you can promote it out to all your social sites. You can use that blog in your email marketing as well. So there's a lot of things a blog can do for you. In addition to a blog, you can also sell your book on your own website. Now, that's a completely different and involved video in its own, but it does give you that ability. And most websites will grow with you and your author brand. So you may start small with just a few elements on your website, but as you grow, especially if you have series, your website will grow with you. Another terrific option about an author website is the presence of a contact form. If somebody goes to Amazon or Barnes and Noble or Walmart or Target, wherever they find their book, and they want to contact you, they can't. Yes, if you have a Facebook page or Instagram, they could probably do that there. But on an author website, you have a simple, easy contact form. They can reach out whenever they want. We have authors that actually libraries and bookstores find them through their website, send them a message, speaking engagements. There are so many things that you could be missing if people can't readily access you. And an author website will allow them to do that.
So there's a lot of current events going on right now that make an author website even more important than ever. There is a lot of upheaval in the social media world right now. As of this recording, we don't even know if TikTok or BookTok is going to continue to exist. Facebook's going through its own set of challenges with eliminating fact checking. So what it boils down to is you are not in control of those platforms. You're basically just renting space there. Plus, there's a bunch of new social media sites that seem to be coming up every day. And I suspect that the upheaval in the social media world is going to continue throughout 2025. So the author website is your home. It's your home base that you are in complete control of. So now, as we go forward, with everything that's going on in social media, it's never been more important to have your own author website.
You own it. Nobody can ever take it away from you, and nobody can tell you what to post, what not to post. It is yours. So we're not saying you don't utilize all the social media outlets. Of course you do. It's part of the program, but your core, where all of your information, where you can send everybody to the end of time.
Bottom line is you should have an author website. We just gave you a ton of good reasons why you should have one. We gave all the pros. Now, Victoria, there's got to be some cons to having an author website. I can't think of any off the top of my head, but what are they?
Yeah, there's always cons. I will say I'm going to be stretching here for cons for this. There are not many at all. The one con, and it's probably the biggest one for most people, is the price. So unless you're a web developer or you want to take the time to learn how to develop your own site, you're probably going to need to hire someone to create a professional website. That can cost you anywhere from $500 to $3,000. It depends on who you use, how big your site is, the bells and whistles, things like that. So there is cost. And even if you decide to build your own website, say on Squarespace or Wix or a proprietary system like that, there's monthly and annual costs. So for any website, you're going to be paying for hosting, you're registering your domain names. You can probably assume it's going to be anywhere from $200 to $300 to $400 annually once your website has already been designed. And then from there, you may have maintenance. If you want to update your site and you're not comfortable doing it yourself, you may have to pay somebody. So really, my big con for author websites is cost.
While you were talking about cost, I thought of one.
What? What did I miss?
An author website is just another thing for authors to manage.
Actually, that was on my list of things. It's just another thing. That is good. I'm glad you brought that up.
And I have something else and somewhat of a caveat to authors about an author website. As I mentioned earlier, it's if you want a trusted community, they've entrusted you with their email. As an author, you owe it to them to be active on your author website. I can't tell you how many author websites I see where there is absolutely no activity on it from the author. There's no blogging, there's no updates. So it is one of those things that authors have to manage. And if you make the investment in an author website, you should make the investment in time and energy to be active. You owe it to your community to be active on your author website.
I agree with that, but I will also say that you will get a marginal benefit, well, not even marginal, a little bit more than marginal benefit of having an author website that you're not active on versus having no author website.
Great point.
I don't want, if, there's a lot of things in preparing your book for launch, marketing your book, everything in the book world that can be very daunting and somewhat overwhelming. I never want you to think that the thought of having an author website is going to be that. So you make a really, really good point. I would love if more authors were more engaged with their author websites. But again, I'd rather them have it
than not have it.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, I hope we provided you with enough pros and cons to know if you need an author website. If you have any specific questions about author websites, please put them in the comments down below. I could talk to you all day, every day about websites, designing websites, author websites. So I'd love to hear your comments and questions.
If you found this video useful, be sure and give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel so you never miss an update. And if you want us to cover something specific, leave it down in the comments and we'll try and get to it. So until next time, happy writing.